What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to CigarsideChats. My name is Felipe, and today I am going to be having, first, my best friend got married last week, and it was a great time. We had a wonderful time, and he actually gifted me this, which I really like, this carrying case. So thank you, Ryan. Congratulations again to you and Megan, and wish you nothing but the very best. He also got me a cigar. He knows how much I love cigars, and it's only right that I review it. So this is the My Father Opulencia, and this actually was cigar rated number 2 cigar of the year for 2018, and it is a Nicaraguan cigar with Nicaraguan fillers, Nicaraguan binders, and a Mexican wrapper. This specific ring gauge is a Toro, and I am really excited to try this. I haven't had this one yet. I've had the My Father, the Judge, which is definitely one of my favorite cigars. So I'm gonna get this cut up, and we'll kick off the review and in a chat. So I hope you subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you so much for joining in, and I hope you join the chat. This is a beautiful cigar. As soon as I took this off of the cellophane, I was immediately, the smell on it was incredible, which I don't always get on all cigars. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really enjoy, I guess the only ones I've tried, I really enjoyed My Father cigars. So while I kind of gather my thoughts on this light up here, over the weekend at the wedding and being gifted this cigar and a nice carrying case, I was thinking a lot about how for a lot of people cigars are a celebratory thing, and I think that holds true. There's definitely a place for that, but for me, I like to enjoy it throughout, all seasons, I guess you could say, of life, right? You have a really rough day, you have a cigar, it really helps, at least for me. And I had a memory that when I first started smoking cigars, I was at a park, and I was with I wouldn't call him friend, I would call him acquaintance. And I asked him, hey, he saw me smoking a cigar, and he's like, oh, you smoke cigars? And I was like, yeah, I've been, getting into them. And he arrogantly and boldly was like, well, I'm not going to smoke my first cigar until I make my first million. And we were teenagers at this time, and I didn't necessarily knock him, but I thought even back then, I'm like, he's missing the point, right? And ironically, he's in jail now. But anyways, that got me thinking of enjoying the simple things in life, and cigar is one of them, right? If I were to wait to have this for a special occasion, I feel like I would be missing out. So I'll enjoy it on special occasions. I definitely have special occasion cigars tucked away for those special days, like a birth of a child, an anniversary, a birthday, but I'll continue to have these even when it's a Thursday, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm sitting here by myself talking to a camera and enjoying it. So don't wait. So that light up, this is incredible. Now, my friend is not really big into cigars. He's huge on bourbon, and that man knows his bourbon. I actually get blamed for introducing him to that, but cigars he's still getting into. I think cigars take a longer time, at least in my experience, to really get into. Now, I've never really, besides him watching these videos, I've never really told him the profiles and all of this, but this this is incredible. This is the exact profile that I look for. I really like those chocolatey, rich cigars that you won't mistaken for anything else. And in my opinion, cigars that come out of Nicaragua and have those Nicaraguan fillers never disappoint. Now, it's early on, but this is phenomenal, and I would definitely put this up with pretty much my other top favorites. One of my all-time favorite sticks is the Foundation Charter Oak Maduro. I love that stick. I think the price is great. It's actually the first cigar that I've purchased a box of, and I'll review it here one day, but this is right up there, and it's I can see why it was number 2. I know a lot of people don't really care about, cigar ratings because they're based on opinions and palates, and I get that, but I think that if this is the kind of profile that you're looking for, that chocolatey kind of really earthy cigar, has a darker note to it, has a little cream. This is great. So I'm going to keep smoking this. I'll come back and share my thoughts after the first third. So I'm kind of finishing up the first third here. And again, I'm kind of mind blown. I feel like I'm overhyping it, but I'm really genuinely enjoying this cigar. First third, what I'm getting is like a milky chocolate, and it does have a little pepper, but I guess I would describe it more of like a cinnamon. It's not peppery, and this is like medium to full currently, without kind of that really pepper that you usually get from those kinds of cigars. The smoke output is fantastic. I had to touch it up a little bit, but that was no big deal. The ash was beautiful. I'm really enjoying this smoke. I really hope you try it. Again, I'm making these reviews because I like watching reviews, and I like to, be able to go back and see what I thought. I look at this more of a, journal on YouTube, but in building a community around it, I have no affiliation to any of these companies. This was a gift from a friend, but any other cigars I usually do, I purchase them. I've never been sent cigars. As of today, I have I think 30 subscribers, which doubled over the weekend, which is really cool. So thank you for everyone that's checking out the videos and subscribing. This is great. So as I was enjoying the first third, I was kind of thinking about overall the ability to wait to do things because either you feel like it's not time or you want to wait for something, kind of going back to what I alluded to, where a lot of times we wait to have cigars as a celebratory thing. I'm not saying you have to have cigars all the time. Personally, I do, and I enjoy them. But there are always going to be seasons of waiting and seasons that you go through in life, and you just kind of get in that mind frame. So a little bit more about me. My wife and I moved, I think it was like 7 times in 6 years. And it felt like we were always trying to catch up to the next thing. And when we moved to Florida, we thought that was it. We thought we were done. This is it. We're here forever. And we bought a house there. We thought we'd be there forever with our family. And here we are. We were there for 2 years. We had our home for a year. We sold that home. And now it feels like this is it. This is where we kind of dig roots in, and we love where we are. But what I learned through that is I had to start doing things I wanted to do, if there were hobbies or activities or even financially, right? If you're constantly trying to catch up, you have to be able to responsibly enjoy, have a little break from that, right? I spoke about rest last time, and I think that correlates to it too, is like, if you just wait for the next season of your life, you're going to regret not living in the current, right? And so I'm not sure, that's kind of been what I've been thinking about lately, just kind of reflecting. So I want to make sure that I enjoy the now. I have a toddler and a infant And I recall with my first kid, you kind of always on the next, right? You're on survival mode. Looking back, I'm like, man, I should have slowed down. I really missed that part of being your dad at that time. And I see it now with my second kid. And I get to enjoy him a lot more just because I've gone through it with my first one. If I can encourage you in anything, it is to enjoy the now, take time, reflect, hang out with your friends, take that time, because nothing's guaranteed, nothing is promised. As we see, the world is kind of chaotic, and tomorrow is never guaranteed. So I want to make sure that while I'm here, my cigars, for example, are all to smoke. I love having them. I love aging them, but I have no intention of just putting them away and never enjoying them. All of the ones I have in my humidor will eventually get smoked. Same thing with my bourbons. I keep trying to have a bourbon collection, but I drink them. Yeah, I don't want to leave that around when I can enjoy it. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me know your thoughts. This is great. Don't wait to try this. Get it from wherever you want. Get it from your local brick and mortar. I get no money off of it. I just think if you've watched my videos and you've tried any of the cigars that I have, and if we have similar palates, I think you would really enjoy this. So I'm really glad that I was gifted this. Again, thank you, Ryan. I'm going to keep smoking this and get back to you on the second, third, and let you know how that went. All right, so I'm finishing up the second third of the cigar, and I took the secondary band off of it. It's been fairly consistent throughout the whole smoke, which is not a bad thing for me at all. I really like the consistency here. Still getting a lot of that chocolate. It's intensifying now, getting more of coffee in there, and the pepper has kind of kicked up a little bit, but it's still not, I would not label this as a peppery cigar by any means, or pepper forward. However, the earthiness and the overall kind of cedar notes have really picked up. This is the kind of cigar that if I was, for example, I was in a festival a couple weekends ago, and I walked past someone and I smelled something that I had to turn around, and I looked and he was smoking a cigar. This is the kind of notes that if I smelled it in somewhere, I would actually go up to the person and ask them, like, what cigar are you smoking? Because that smells incredible. Really, really nice chocolate. I know it seems like I'm just going on, but this is really kind of what I look for, and I've been really enjoying it. As far as the band, I mean, it has a foot band, and it has 3 in there. This can have a single little band. I wouldn't care. It can have 6 bands. It doesn't matter. What I ultimately care about is the overall experience of the smoke. It's been consistent. The ash, every time I go to hit record, it falls over. But it's been very consistent. I had to touch it up once early on. Haven't had to touch it since. And I'm really just enjoying this. So the second, third, again, earthiness, that cedar kind of little leather is intensifying, and you're still getting that overall chocolate taste, and it's fantastic. Again, kind of thinking over everything we've been talking about here is the idea of not waiting for things, and this YouTube channel is one of them. I mean, honestly, I've been wanting to do this for years, but I never felt like I was prepared, and I'm no professional, and you get all these thoughts, and honestly, that's not how I want to live. I don't think you should either. If there's something you want to do, just try it, right? You document the process, not the product, right? That's I heard that somewhere. That's not an original quote by any means, but I think that's true, right? So whatever you want to do, I want to have this place where if you trust my palate on things I say, I'm not going to sugarcoat and make up like, oh, I taste something that I really don't. And maybe my profile is elementary to some, and that's fine, right? I want to document that process, and I'm sure I'll get better at it as I go. Same thing with this. If I were to wait for the video side of things to be perfect, for the editing to be perfect, I would never do it. So if there's anything I can tell you or recommend or encourage, is to try that thing. No one I always have this conversation with my wife is no one is born knowing what they know, right? They had to go through that process. And a lot of times we only see highlights, right? Social media only shows highlights, and you usually see the product. Rarely do you see the process. So that's it for chats. I'm kind of getting deep here, but I'm going to finish this up, come back with my final thoughts, who I think this is for. I'm going to keep enjoying it. So to summarize here, final third, this has been great. And the zestiness has really kicked up a notch, but it's still a nice chocolatey, earthy blend. Now, who do I think the cigar is for? Well, I would recommend everyone give this a try, really. Obviously, if you're just used to Connecticut's, this is a big jump, right? Because it does have that stronger profile. Anyone that wants to give Nicaraguan cigars a shot and they're looking for something that isn't very peppery, isn't, subtle, has a lot of chocolate, lots of earthiness, and that bite isn't really the forward profile, I highly recommend it. This for me is definitely a must try. I would buy a box of these. I was looking at different retailers online, and the average price goes for around $13, $14, $15 in that price range. I think that's a great price for this stick, and I think this would be a really, really nice option for anyone looking to try that profile out. Incredible. So I, again, highly recommend it. Let me know if you tried it, what your thoughts are. If you haven't tried it, let me know if you do. I would love to hear from you. I'll comment down below. Once again, thank you so much for joining Cigar Side Chats. My name is Felipe, and I hope you join the chat. Take care.